Very, very good. This is Paul from local command. Paul Melrose and
Let's say they're holding the troops.
Of course, we wanted to say our greatest sympathy to Gitta's family and everyone involved, but also, of course, to everyone else who have lost someone through the bike ride. I also want to say that I just don't think it's good enough as a bike riding community. Not enough has been done to make sure that we're well looked after on the roads.
You know, it really, I think it hit hard because, not just because, you know, it happened in our backyard here in Chapel Street, but, you know, it's because it could have been any of us, and it could have been any of our loved ones. The deaths of cyclists, you know, this isn't something that's just happening every now and then or occasionally. It seems to be a month by month, week by week proposition. And, you know, it's cycling's for everyone. You know, more and more down Chapel Street, we're seeing, you know, puppers with, you know, kids trailing down the back. You know, cycling's for everyone. And, you know, it's time now to put the safety of cyclists, you know, front and centre, not just at the margins or not just lip service, but whether it's laws, whether it's infrastructure, whether it's, you know, advertising campaigns to let people know what the rules are and to be aware of cyclists. You know, these things can't be just put on the back burner anymore or pushed to the margins. They need to be put front and centre. So, you know, our thoughts go out to Gitta and her family and her loved ones, and I look forward to riding with everyone. Thanks everyone for coming out.
thank you, Sam. Steve Stephanopoulos, who's the Mayor of Stonnington. Thank you, Steve.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to acknowledge that we are meeting on the traditional land of the Boonwurrung Wurundjeri people and offer our respects to the elders past and present. I'd also like to acknowledge Sam Hibbins, our local Member of Parliament here, and also Katie Allen, who's also present today. I'm not a cyclist like you, I'm a recreational cyclist, but as far as I'm concerned, human lives are really important. And it is my personal opinion, and not necessarily council's, and this is what I have been advocating, and I need your support to get this happening. I would like to remove every single car park along the entire length of Chapel Street, from Dandenong Road to Alexandra Avenue. It's not difficult, folks. As far as I'm concerned, there are thousands of off-street car parks in the precinct that are underutilised every single day. You go on the busiest day in Chapel Street and you will be able to find a car park off the side street. This luxury that we have, that you can park on our high streets in the inner city of Melbourne, is a bygone era. And you guys are our most important human beings. Vehicles can go on the side street. You guys are more important as our pedestrians. So as far as I'm concerned, I would like to see a dedicated, separated bicycle lane along the entire length of Chapel Street, from Dandenong Road to Alexandra Avenue, and the balance of what is left over by the removal of those car parks, those footpaths, can all be widened. We all know that you guys struggle to have a safe environment along the street. We also know that pedestrians along Chapel Street are also struggling because it's so busy. So, as far as I'm concerned, this is my personal opinion, and if I can get as much support behind this, I'd love it, is to get a dedicated bicycle lane along the entire length of Chapel Street for cycling safety, and also what's left over is dedicated space for the pedestrian on our footpath. So if we can get that happening, that would be wonderful, so that we can stop lives being lost in our main high streets like Chapel Street in the city of Stonnington. Good luck, guys, and thank you for remembering all the cyclists who have unfortunately left us because of these tragic circumstances. Best of luck.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to keep my talk as brief as possible because we all want to get on our bikes, we all want to go down the road.
Thank you everyone for turning up today. Thank you for the people that have spoken today. And thank you very much to Yarra Trams for organising the trams will be stopping for us, so we don't have to worry about trams getting in our way. The police, again, thank you to the police. The police have organised and helped organise this today, and I don't know if they're still here, but if you can give them a round of applause, I'd really appreciate the fact that they've really come for us today. Oh, there's Paul over there. Thank you, Paul.
The thing is that we all remember that all road users need to be looked after, and we are vulnerable road users. We haven't got metal around us. We're not protected at all on the road, and we're a community. I mean, we've had the posties join us today. We've had people in Lycra, we've had people in plain clothes, we've had people going to work, going to school, everything. And it's just the way bike riding is a normal activity that everyone does. Thank you, cheers. This bike here is our focus point today. This is where we rode to. This bike, memory of Gitta, who we lost tragically only a couple of weeks ago. A message to their family and a message to their friends is that they won't be forgotten. And Gitta's life does mean something to everyone. All lives on the road, no matter what form of transport you're on or in, we all need to make it home safely. Thank you again everyone for coming today. It's horrible to have to look at a ghost bike. It's something that I don't like doing, but we have to remember those that we've lost in tragic circumstances. Everyone take a safe trip home, or go off to work, off to school, wherever you're heading. Again, thank you everyone for coming, and take care. I'll see you on the roads, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the ride today was incredible. We had 120 odd riders join us in the end, and it was emotional, but it was also beautiful. So it's something that's very memorable, something I won't forget for a while. Having the bells being rung as we're riding down just sort of gives it that eerie feeling, makes it sort of really, really beautiful. So what happened in the ride? Well, what we did was we started off at the advertised start point, which was at the bottom of Chapel Street on Alexander Avenue, and we moved our way around down to Chapel Street. We rode down Chapel Street past the ghost bike, huge entourage of media as we went round, and pulled in just past the ghost bike. It was incredible just how many people were there. We saw people coming out of their units and out of the shops to see what we were doing. It was incredible.
So who are the major stakeholders in this sort of event?
So with our event today, we probably had 40 stakeholders that we consider would be major stakeholders, with other cycling organisations through to motoring organisations, media, interest groups from the Netherlands, and so all those stakeholders were contacted yesterday with the run sheet, so they all knew what was happening, so everyone had an idea of what was going to go on.
And how do you organise something like this?
Organising something like this is actually really hard. It seems like such an easy thing. We're doing 1.2 kilometres down Chapel Street, but you have to negotiate with all the stakeholders. You have to make sure everyone's going to be there, and then you also want to get a message out, so you have to get someone to do speeches. We were very lucky to have both the Mayor and the local Member for Parliament available to talk. This was our first joint venture with Bicycle Network and Cycle, so we had Craig from Bicycle Network talking as well, negotiate with the police. The police were fantastic in this instance. They actually organised Yarra trams for us and got the trams held up. We also have to negotiate and talk to the media. We have to tell the media what's going on, where they have to be, how they have to be. The rules of engagement. We didn't have family to show up and tell us who they were this time, so we didn't actually know who was family and who wasn't. So we had to make sure that the family was represented, but at the same time, in an event like this, if the family does show up, we have to make sure that they're also looked after.
How do you think it went?
Really, really well. Look, it went fantastically today. I can't fault anything.
And what message does this ride send?
What it sends is it reminds people that vulnerable road users are out there and we all need to be looked after. This shows the community is is not just fixed on Lycra or on commuters or on recreational roads. It shows that the riding community is a large community and shows exactly what happens out there, and it affects all riders and all vulnerable road users.